Hey, happy Black History Month, Joe. This video is about video games and arcade games, which very much has little to do with black folks unless they like video games. But these black people, I tell you, they don't stop being cool and excellent and great. And I'm not sick of it. But anyways, we're talking about video games, specifically arcade games today. So take a travel with me through time. We're going to go back, reflect a little, but then also talk about some of these new games. I didn't know Madison had so many arcade bars. Um and a few popped up in recent years, but still I headed out to 4 different arcade bars this weekend and there's a lot to tell. Let's do it. Hey, what do you know? It's stop number 1, Geeks Mania. They give you a wristband so you can come back as much as you want in a day. 15 bucks. Monkey Ball, I never actually played this game until I went to this place. But Area 51, Maximum Force, classic. You know, you see them at every arcade. And my goal for this trip was to find Die Hard Arcade because I considered the arcade back in the day Boulevard Lanes on the east side. So we'd get some games in after going bowling, and that's what I called the arcade. It was either there or the Roller Drome is what I considered the arcade. So the Roller Drome, the skate rink arcade, or the bowling alley arcade. Anyway, I was on the look for Die Hard because that's my favorite game. Looking for this pinball. I don't give a shit about pinball. Throw those against the wall. I don't care at all. Ooh, Jaws. It has another extra springy thing or something. Whatever. The racing game's always lit. Beat up some little kids in that. Had to teach them. Ninja Turtles. See, for millennials, a lot of games we saw in arcades were on Super Nintendo or were brought back on Super Nintendo and then kind of flipped from there. So we got to see a little bit of the beginnings of video games that went on to systems. I didn't know there was a Dungeons and Dragons video game. It's just another side-scrolling type action game. So of course I'm gonna go with Ninja Turtles over Dungeons and Dragons. Fuck D&D. But DDR, hey, step up. Crazy Taxi, another one I never played, heard a lot about. It's alright. I don't really like yellow cabs or whatever, but this game surprised me. The Star Wars Battle Pod. They came out firing at Geeks Mania. But look at this Battle Pod game. You're flying up and they give you the sphere kind of IMAX deal. I'm just flying straight into the water right now. I'm the right height to be a pilot, but I don't really love heights. And I know some pilots in the family. Yeah, I'll stick to the video game. those of you keeping score, IT people, video game culture, and STEM in general are areas well known for being extremely biased, sexist, and racist. Just pop online and play a video game and look at the comments. Try to say anything intelligent in a video game chat room. Try. Good luck. Fighting games is another one like the sports games. I'd rather participate in these. I don't know. When I play a sports game, it's like, why am I not just playing this game that I can play well? They put all these fighting games in the back corner. They put all the fighting games in the dingy alley out back. Out of order. There's a few. Not as many as I was expecting, honestly. I wish I had a few homies to play this X-Men room-sized game, though. Check this shit out. The graphics on the walls, too. Come on. Gotta have the soundtrack to one of the movies playing. Tron game was strange. I had this little dial that you spin to turn the arm. Beefy loves an RPG. Puzzle games. Turn-based. Sign me up. There we go, Paperboy. It's one of those that the old heads are always talking about. Paperboy at the arcade. That and Pac-Man, right? And Centipede. There's Galaga. Another one of them old head games. Galaga's decent. Wasn't sure if I'd played it, so fucked around and played around quick. First location, success. Now we're at Nerd Haven. Head out to the east side. The Star Wars game gonna be tough to beat, but I'm not gonna count out these other arcades. So let's see what they got here. Enter the gaming lair. Arctic Thunder and Cruis'n USA were go-to battle games. That and SSX Tricky when it was around. Had to whip a couple laps, you know. F-Zero, love the Game Boy game, never played an arcade. Just fulfilling dreams here, folks. I don't understand the purpose of the Joust game. Someone please explain. Burger Time was at all of these venues, I believe. Someone really likes dropping peppers on burgers. Peppers go on burgers? And what do you do in this game also? Tough to beat a good side scroller. NBA Jam. When you got on fire, right? So Raiden, I guess this is the precursor to Jackal, or it appears so. I'd only known of Jackal before this. I had to cop Raiden, go back in time. When Zerg, typically I go Protoss because I'm an alien freak, obviously. But the genius kind, right? Not the scummy Zerg. No, no, no. Enlightened. Protoss. Protoss. My first exposure to video games was probably handheld games first, but my cousins gave us their original Nintendo because they got a Super Nintendo. They got a hand-me-down video game system and their box of games that came with it. So whatever they were playing, we got into and just went from there. And I guess for that reason, we stuck with Nintendo. I had a family attachment to it. I'm a Nintendo guy. Fought through you bullshitters talking shit on the different game systems because it's not the American one or whatever. Obviously. But we all know Nintendo has always been the best game system. Quit playing. You ever meet those people that are convinced that playing video games takes skill, serious skill, that it takes a smart person to be good on hard mode in video games or something. It's not just privilege and time. No, no, no. No, it's... yeah. That good shit. I was fucking with this LA Machine Guns game. Wasn't stuck in the battle pod like in Star Wars, so I could get a little bit more comfortable with my environment. I wasn't feeling so claustrophobic and locked in. There go Dungeons and Dragons again. Apparently someone likes that game. The original concept for the Dungeons and Dragons role-playing game was actually started in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. So deep roots in nerd history here. This Michael Jackson game, though, so he takes out the enemies with his dance moves, spins. Alright, so here we go. But then you run into this monkey and you turn into a giant robot that shoots laser beams. What's the message there? Yes, video game people are not known for being not racist. Video game people are known for being very racist. But again, this is just about video games. This is not about Black History Month. We're at the arcade. Let's have a good time. And with these all you can play places, you just hit the button by the coin slot to start the game if it doesn't start automatically when you hit start. A stupid one with the actual reload on the gun. But I think they brought my selfie stick or what? I just go home and play video games and mind my own business. Bullshit. Like that Viking horn. Here it is. The Holy Grail. Die Hard Arcade. See, look at this gameplay. You can't beat that. Shooting a rocket launcher from 5 feet away, it doesn't even harm me? Come on. That is good game development. And I can pick up that clock too if I want. Did you see that big man just torpedo dive over my missile? This game is way ahead of its time. And all you people talking shit, Die Hard Arcade, that's just, no, now you're going to see in my video why I keep talking about this game, and you're going to shut the hell up. Look, and I can pick up that clock too. Noobs finna talk about the graphics. Like music noobs talk about mixing. Fucking poster boy noob. You ever meet those people that are convinced that playing video games takes skill, serious skill? That it takes a smart person to be good on hard mode in video games or something. Someone with intellect, with knowledge and wisdom and talent. It's not just privilege and time. No, no, no. No, it's... yeah. That good shit. I appreciated comparing the games that I knew to those that I didn't. The gameplay, I guess the time periods that I knew. So kind of seeing the progression of how people were playing certain kinds of games over time, and then the different brands. Because of course you have different brands of arcade games, like you have systems. There were Atari arcade games. I don't know if we have as many of those for my generation, but it's something I never really paid attention to, as the brand of the arcade game, because I grew up with video game systems. That's how I interpret video games, is by Nintendo, Sony, or Xbox. I'm intrigued by these games that have the extra, what do you call them, peripherals, like different types of controls, view screens or frames. I have particular affinity for side-scrolling spaceship games. Nerd Haven had Die Hard, so I'm gonna have to see them all before I know. All right, but they had Die Hard Arcade, the game I've been looking for years. I used to play at Boulevard Lanes. That's the place I used to consider the arcade. They had a few games in the side of the bowling alley, and so I'd go there sometimes when other people were bowling, or get a few minutes afterwards to go to the arcade, and they had that game there, so it really brought me back. But again, it's still one of the most slept on games in that era. The video Super Nintendo sort of like come up and everything. So Die Hard Arcade, Nerd Haven, on to the next. This place did not pass the vibe check. I was walking by getting some footage of these games, popping in, playing a couple. This dude felt like he had to say to me in passing, "Yeah, you're real weird, man." Someone at a video game bar in the middle of the day, drinking, on the weekend, calling me weird for going around appreciating the games. Battletoads. We didn't have Sega, but we did know somebody that had one. Always had to play Battletoads. Because you get the different attacks. Even if you're just button mashing, they change up the finishing moves and everything. So, you can see a little bit of that here. Ugh. "1943, that was like yesterday, huh, folks?" A game called Xenophobe. This y'all favorite or what? Trophy on her, big buck on her. Okay, so we got arcades in the bars, but if you consider the arcade, the bar arcade, damn. And Easttown had the Tilt arcade. Hit that up rarely. Now there's a Castlecade there. But I didn't consider that my arcade or the arcade. I also have Dave & Buster's, Rockies, Pizza Ranch, Poolies, and other bar games. But that's not the arcade to me. APB, I'm playing a fucking game called APB. Sunset Rider is another one of my favorites. Food for thought. Do any of you think AI is ever going to be able to detect how many of those N bombs y'all been dropping on video games? How about the other racist terms that y'all just flood the comments with in video games? Just food for thought. I've never been that person at all. Just something to think about. SCSC. SCSC. Qbert. Doesn't that look like the pink dinosaur in Super Mario Brothers 2? They had some local games at this one, which I appreciate. I guess the best way to sum up this video is it was fun. Just kind of took a trip up and down memory lane, and here we are. Now I've been to Madison arcade bars.